Welcome to another unauthorized and rum-fueled treasure hunt in the sharky waters around the Gatsby Islands. And today we're working on Queen Raae's POW exclamation mark website. I'm your host, Captain Ola, and today I am going to create a remote file node. Wow, it's a little dark. Can you see that? What? Create a remote file node? Why? Because we want to download the thumbnail from YouTube and do some Gatsby image magic with it. And this is the how. It's part of the giggles thing. You know, our giggles thing. I'll show you where it comes in. All right, let's get started, people. Here we go. Yes. So this is how it's going to look. Kind of. You see, it's very small, that the HTML thing that can actually be made bigger, but I'm going to use the thumbnail here inside this node, and I'm going to make it bigger so that we get big thumbnails. All right. You see, I commented out the code here. So this node here, we should start it up, shouldn't we? This node here, calling it YouTube. I showed you that earlier. So to make a node, you just need an ID, and I'm creating an ID up there. Create node ID. And this ID, I'll show you where I get it from. And then we need internal content digest, create content digest with the same ID and a type. And that's all we need. But to create a node, but we also put this embed data in here because we need the data. I'll just start drinking right away. Cheers. Yep. Okay, so sorry. Here, thumbnail. I want to create a thumbnail node. Yeah, we did build it. And here it is. So as you see here, I have to, what is that? Go away. Oh, sorry about that. Go away. Okay. Don't come back. So that's this here, my YouTube node. And you see here, oh, embed. This is all the data here. And I do have a thumbnail here, but I want to play around with it with Gatsby image. So I'm going to add this here thumbnail node in here like this. And then I have to create it up here first. You see here, await, create remote file node. where do I start? So I shouldn't start with this. I should start with this. Const create remote file node. And I get it from Gatsby source file system. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's great. And then I use that inside my prep YouTube node function here. All right. So here. Yeah. And if I just do this now, I'm gonna get error messages for each of these here. And Gatsby will tell me that I need all these to create a remote file node. Yeah. And I did that when I was skill building this here earlier today, but I'm not going to rebuild it so I rebuilt. I just added one when I got the error message, but I'm not going to do that now because this build is a little slow when I'm streaming. So I'm gonna add them here and tell you what they do. Kind of, maybe, if I know. So this here, the Earl. This Earl here comes from here. The thumbnail Earl. Maybe I should take away these others so we can just see that. This here. This is my thumbnail Earl. Okay? And parent node ID. Yes. I will use, so who's the parent here? That's this YouTube node that I made. And you see, so I took the ID out and put it up here in the variable, create node ID. So that here I'm creating the node ID that is the ID of this. And I'm saying that this node is a parent of this node here. That's it. And this gets the cache. And I'm getting it here from actions. No, not actions. I'm getting it here from my source nodes hook. So inside my source node hook, I have this get catch. Yeah, this get catch here. And then I'm using it here and create node. And so I'm using this create node inside here. It is the same as I'm using here, but you see I use it a little differently. And then I also use this create node ID. And that's the same as this. That's the same as this, kind of. But this is, so I'm creating a node ID for my image file node here. And then I also need to put it into my node like that. So I'm taking that ID I created here. And I'm saying, yeah, that's right. So let's build it. I'll make it a little smaller. Like that. Look at this. Build. This isn't so slow. Oh, this is pretty good. Yeah. And And then I'm going to check it over here inside graphical. Gotta check it when it shows up. And while that's happening, I'm going to show you because I did some other stuff here. Oh no, I'm not going to show you because it already works. Look at that, 33 seconds. That is magically great. Okay, refresh it. Refresh it. Refresh it. I'll just close this one. Look at this thumbnail. Yeah, that's right. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this. Child image sharp. Oh yeah. Gatsby. Image data. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, I'm going to show you what I did to prepare because I'm just doing it a little bit on stream. I'm going to sit down. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm going to sit down because I want to. I want to sit down. Right? Do you see my head? I'm getting my chair. I'm sitting down. Okay. Oh, can you see me now? You can only see the top of my head. Oh, sorry about that. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, then. I did some preparing. Oh, look at this. Gatsby plugin sharp. Image processing jobs. Okay. So I did some stuff to prepare. Okay. Well, actually, the Queen did a lot of this work on our Thursday pirate stream, but I redid it so that I could. That's how I learned. I just do it again and again until it sticks. So, as you can see here, this is not my normal Gatsby node. This is Gatsby plugins, local source, YouTube Gatsby node. It's inside some folders up here. That's how you make a local plugin. You just say plugins / what, and you just in the root you just yoga. I'll close this up. Sorry. Oh man, I'm not closing it up. It's too much. Okay, I make plugins folder, a local source YouTube folder, and inside of that, what you need really is this Gatsby node thing and an empty package JSON. It's empty. It's empty. That's cool. So here it is, Gatsby node inside. Yeah, and I'll keep that open so you can look at it. So, and I also did this here. Create pages. So we're gonna look at this page here. You see it? Templates, test.js. That's here inside my templates test.js. And here's the thumbnail, child image sharp, and all these things here to make it bigger. All right, let's look at it then. Localhost, blah, 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 blah. Here you go. Okay, so this page here is this. And this is as big as I can get them. The thumbnails, isn't it? Yeah. It is. And as you can see here, I have link here. This is some good stuff here. Link from Gatsby. So when I click here now, I come to a page where there is a little video thing. So here is the HTML. I'm going to show you that too. So if I push that button, it starts playing and I can make it big. Oh, very big. And I'm still not on YouTube. I'm doing it here inside the POW website. Yeah. Okay. So this is this page here, Creative with Create page, and this is this page. And here I'm using the HTML inside video layouts, which I'm using here. My video layouts, it's here, video layout. So I'm just saying, you know, a div here. Let's dangerously set this inner HTML, and then the video shows up. Later, I'm going to make it bigger, but not today. Okay, so that's it. That's it, actually. Okay, so let's sum this up. It's a short one. It's a short one today. But I like that. That's good. So here, I'm creating a remote file node here. Using this here, create remote file node here, which I get from Gatsby source file system. And I said that I was going to tell you where the ID comes from. I'm going to do that now. So using that, and that I have that in my Gatsby config, which is not inside the plugin. It's inside my root here, Gatsby source file system. So that's where I'm getting that create remote file node thing from. And the ID here. So what's this ID here? So I'm using this ID to create a node ID, and that node ID I'm using here as a parent node ID. But where does that ID come from? And that comes from Gatsby config 2 here. So here I'm resolving my own local plugin here, and my options, which I call YouTube ID red string treasure. Oh, here's my red string. Yeah. So if you're not familiar, but Theseus, when he walked around in the labyrinth, he had gotten some red string. Can you see that it's red? Maybe not easy to see it, but it's red. He's gotten some red string, a lot of red string from the princess, and he tied it up and he strung it out while he was walking through the labyrinth. So that's why I call it red string. And you will see later why I call it treasure also. Sorry about the mixed metaphors here, but I love them. It's good for me. And here are my IDs. So those are YouTube IDs here. And like this one. Where do they come from? They come from YouTube. So let's look at this here. I can go to YouTube here. And if I click share here, that's where that ID comes from. So that's the that's what they use in the Embed. They use it for other things too. Hey. Oh, sorry. I hope you didn't hear that. So that's where that ID comes from. And I decided that there are 5 videos, sorry, that I want. There are 5 videos that I want. These 5 here. Those are the only videos I want showing up. But you can change it, and add more. And as you can see, this is an array. 5 videos. So those are the IDs that I'm using here. You see it's coming in here. It's coming from down here. Look at this. Const YouTube ID red string. So that's the same name. YouTube ID red string treasure. It's the same name as in Gatsby function, Gatsby config here. And then I'm mapping over. That's why I'm calling it treasure, because then I get a treasure map here. And then I'm getting the IDs into my prep YouTube node function up here. Oh, oh sorry. Here. Yeah, that's right. Here. And I'm using it here to create this YouTube node ID. And then I use that YouTube node ID. I say that's the parent node ID. And I'm creating a completely new ID here, which is this ID. Yeah, so that's it. That's the ID. Create node ID. I did. So I'm creating the node. I'm getting the cache, and then the URL here is inside of my Embed. Is it under here maybe? No, it's over here. Here, inside here. Thumbnail URL. That's the one I'm using. Yeah. And then I'm taking this image file here, and I'm putting it in here with the ID that I created here. I'm calling it thumbnail. Yeah, there should be a thumbnail, but no, I'm not using that. And that's how I get it here. That's how I get it here. Thumbnail. Yeah. And then child image sharp, Gatsby image data. And that's it. And then I do create pages, and I put it here. Gatsby image. Get image, treasure node, thumbnail. Yeah, that's right. And the title as an alt, because that's how I like to do it. And yeah, that's it. So that's what we did. Today's taskable task. Okay, make it bigger. No, I'm not making it bigger. What was it? Create a remote file node. Yep. Why did we do it? So that we can download the image file and do some Gatsby image magic on it and make it bigger. And how? Yeah, it's part of the giggles, but yeah, I showed you how. So that's it for today. And bye-bye. This has been another unauthorized and rum-fueled treasure hunt in the sharky waters around the Gatsby Island, working on the website of POW by Queen Raae. I'm your host, Captain Ola. See you next Sunday.